Hey y'all, welcome to Happi Art Creations. I'm going to go over a few things about making jewelry. Now these are simple things, nothing hard about it. I keep telling you there's nothing hard about it. In the past I would use my paint drippings and let them kind of spread them out and let them dry flat. And a lot of them you can make some beautiful jewelry with it. But what I have found with me is that I prefer to have the dip. So I'm going to show you my dip technique basically. I'm not going to really... so when you have leftover paint and it's like underneath your art that you just made, right? So anyhow, and there's some beautiful designs and you hate to waste it, and I try to always get some kind of jewelry. I try to have, these are the cabachon glass beads. They're flat on one side and then they're rounded on the other, okay? And so what I do, and you can get them in all different sizes. I mean, they come in large, they come in long rectangles and things like that. You can get them in all, as you can see, the shapes that I have here. They come in all those shapes plus gobs more. Okay, so what I do is we're just going to pretend that this right here is my paint that's left over. Now I'm going to take, this is the front, this is the bevel part, the part that's raised, okay? And this here is just a golf tee with some of that poster putty. You see it? That's all that is, okay? And I put it on the tip of the golf tee. I'm going to put it on the rounded side, just like that, kind of firm. I'm going to make sure, like that, okay, that it's firm, it's not coming off. And I'm just going to gently dip it into my paint like that and pull it out. When I do that, when I pull it out, you're going to find a little like ice cream thing, and all of that, it looks like it's thick, and it is kind of sort of, but it'll all dry flat just like your paintings, okay? And while it's in this position and still on my little little ditty thing here holding it, I just go around and wipe the edges with my finger, okay? That doesn't mean I still don't have to clean it, but it sure does help when you try to get some of it, because sometimes they're really messy, and I'm going to show you one. And then I gently take it off, just like that. It's not always that easy, but most of the time you can do it. And I have a little tray that I put stuff on, and I just stick it right over there, see? And this little tray that's got the little square notches, like to dry, to cool cookies and stuff on, those little notches are great for holding it. Okay, my table's not level on that. Well, it is level, but at that one piece, it's kind of crazy. My tray is goofy. All right, so here we go. So we've already learned how to do the dip, and we let it dry completely. Basically, it's dry overnight. The next day, it'll be dry, and you want to let it cure a little bit. There's still that little bit where you want to make sure the paint's thoroughly dry before you do the next step. Well, the next step is I'm going to clean it. Okay, now this is a little guy because I'm going to make it like for a child or anyone. But you see right here, that looks beautiful. That's part of the art. But right here around to the edges and stuff like that, where it kind of dips in a little bit deeper, sometimes you don't get that when you wipe the edges. Y'all, there's nothing hard about cleaning this, okay? I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol. Now I use 91% alcohol, and I put it in a spray bottle. I use a little Handi-wipe. I cut them into strips. This is the next best thing to a wash rag. I'm telling you, it's great. Then I spray it. A lot of times I'll spray a Q-tip too, just in case. Now you don't want this overly wet, so I kind of manipulate it kind of like that, okay? And I kind of make sure that my hands are dry, because I'm going to be handling the back side. So the fingers, the hand, my left hand that I'm going to be using to clean it is going to be holding up against the paint that's on the back. See, the design on the back is gorgeous, but it doesn't look like the design on the front. Oops, y'all, these cameras. The design on the front. You see that? Okay, it's my angle. So what I'm going to do now, let me put that back down. I'm going to get my finger, and I'm just going to kind of tuck it like this. Wrap it around the thing around your deal. Make sure your hand's dry. All right, so I'm going to take it, and I'm going to have the rounded side towards me. Now, y'all can do anything you want, but I prefer to have the side that I want to be cleaned and the side I want to protect. I want that protected. So I'm kind of having that behind me. And I'm just going to go around here, just around the edges. You see how that's doing? You see it's taking off. See that? Remember that white? There's, oh, gee whiz. There's some of the white. Okay. And I'm going to continue until it's all clean. Sometimes it does, if the paint is really thick, sometimes it's a pain in the keister, and I've been known to use my fingernails and things like that. Or if your paint's super thick, this was a thinner paint actually, or not so, this was, whoops, kind of medium in between, no biggie. And then I just wipe the top. You see how I'm not letting the back get wet. Guys, that's the part that you want to protect, okay? So I'm done with my cleaning. It's gorgeous all the way around, but just say it wasn't. And I'm going to take the dry side of this one, this Q-tip that I just did, okay? Make sure it's right, yeah. And if it doesn't, you can kind of gently go around your edges like that, okay? Just like that, and it'll come off. I just find it easier that I can manipulate, and then I make sure my top is clean. So the cleaning is done. I'm going to set that aside because I'm just going to show you one step at a time. Now, a lot of people, when they go to seal it, lots of people have different ideas of what they want to do to seal it. And I don't know if any of them are wrong, because whenever you have any of this kind of art, just like resin art, you want to make sure that they don't immerse this stuff in water. I mean, if they take a shower in this jewelry, the jewelry is probably going to be ruined, even with the sealing, just because they're not made to be immersed, just like resin is not made to be immersed. So what I have found is the next best thing to resin. There is some jewelry resin and things like this, but you know, nowadays they have, when women have their nails done and stuff, they do the gel nails and things like that, and then they have a sealer, right? Well, I've got this right here. This is Sally Hansen's Topcoat Gel. Now, it's not the same as any other top coat, okay? Here's the lid. It says 101. I don't have my glasses on. Oop. Well, anyhow, top coat. There's other words on there and I can't read it. This is awesome. I've had my nails done with this, and like, my nails last forever. Summer toenails are woohoo, right? Okay, this is great. It's not very expensive, and it's a good thing to have on hand. This is what I use. I put 2 coats, okay, to seal it, and it really does. Again, when people buy this jewelry, however way you do it, whether you use the regular resin or jewelry resin or whatever, you do not want them to take a shower with it or immerse in water. So keep that in mind, okay? So we're going to seal it. So all I do, literally, just like you do, here's one piece here that I just did a piece that I'm going to show shortly in a video coming up when I use these colors. And man, I can probably tell you about every piece of jewelry and which painting I used to get that piece of jewelry. One thing also, sometimes people just dip it, but you can manipulate. You can take a little skewer, manipulate a design if you wanted to, and kind of tap down a little bit, okay? I hope that's not telling me my battery's going down. Anyhow, let's get on to sealing. Okay. Nothing hard about it, just like you would if you were gonna do your nails, okay? Get a good blob on there. And this is gonna smooth out just like resin smooths out, okay? Just like your nails smooth out. And that's all there is to that. I'm gonna let that go and I'm gonna set it down, okay guys? So after you have your 2 coats, you're gonna seal it with 2 coats, you are going to attach your bail. Now, a bail is something that holds your piece of art so that you can put a necklace, okay? It's an attachment, all right? So all I do is I use the Diamond Glaze adhesive. This is a jewelry adhesive, but it does a lot of other kinds of, it has all kinds of uses. This is what I got. I got this on Amazon. I got the Topcoat at Walmart. Anyhow, what you're gonna do here is when you attach, this is what I do. Everybody has their own ways of doing things. You literally, I'm gonna dip, I have a stick, okay, and it's my glue stick. And I'm gonna dip, get a little drop, and oops, that came out. Okay, I've got a little drop on that. I'm gonna take my beautiful piece of art and I'm gonna attach it and make sure that it's lined up in the front. And I'm going to hold on to it in the back. And there's a little piece of glue that popped out right there at the tip, and I went ahead and got that. Now you see that right there? Let me dry that off. That's basically all there is to it. Just for, there's the dry side right here. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of, oop, I moved it. See, it wasn't quite set. Usually it sets pretty quick, and I just didn't do it. But, because I'm trying to beat my battery, okay? So really that's all you do. You hold it tight between your finger until it's set and it doesn't move like it's moving on me, okay? When you're done there, you set it aside and let it dry. That one takes longer than the other. The other one I just did, what's it called? Put the top coat. It's already dry, so I could put another one, but I'm going to move on. So when everything's done and you've got all of your gorgeousness done, you've done your 2 coats. See how beautiful? That's the back side, y'all. And there we go. And there's all different kinds of bails. Bails are those attachments. You can get different shapes. You can get different sizes. And guys, and you can attach rope chains. You can attach all kinds of things. And I just found these beautiful silver plated. And I might be able to do this without with these gloves on. And you just ring it through right here. Man, I wish I had my glasses. And guys, here we go. And it's a beautiful pendant that you can sell or give. It's gorgeous. That's all there is to it, step by step. You're going to dip, you're going to clean, you're going to put 2 coats. You're going to attach the bail with your diamond glaze glue or some type of jewelry glue, and then you're going to attach your necklace. Okay? That's it. That is it. You can do earrings, you can do all kinds of stuff. All of these things can be found online, either on Amazon or other places. But that's all there is to it, and you can have some beautiful art to share. Okay, guys, it's blinking at me. I gotta go. But y'all, I'm so glad you were here and visited with me. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye.